What is going on, guys? Jack here and welcome back to another episode of the Portsmouth Career Mode series. This is episode number 98, guys, and we are going to be starting today's episode off by going into our scouting network, as we do need to send out our scouts once again to 3 different countries, and we have got some very good scouts, but we haven't really got that many good youth players, so I thought it was time for a little bit of a change. I was sending out my scouts. One of them was sent out to England for 6 months, one of them to Scotland for 6 months, and then this final English scout we sent out to Portugal for 3 months, just as a little tester, see what kind of youth players he comes back with, because we are certainly lacking a lot of youth players that we can promote, and I would like to get some good high potential young players, especially from the youth academy, into the first team, as we do need to get a few more of them in that are actually a little bit decent. But we also see there that Bin & Williams did want a new contract, and I did decide to go ahead and give him that contract because he has been a very good player for us, a really solid left back. You guys know that. He's been a really good backup to Hong Chul when he has been injured or he has been low on fitness. And I then also decided to go ahead and give Luke James a contract. This may be a bit of a surprise to you, but when I have played him in some of the matches, he has been a really influential player. Despite not getting too many goals, he really does work hard, and it's probably due to my bad finishing with players that he doesn't actually get a few more goals in the matches he plays in. And luckily for me, we see there that all the players that I did offer contracts to did go ahead and accept it. You know, I was only going to offer a contract to Bin & Williams, but I thought, why don't I just offer some contracts to some other players as well that I feel that are deserving it. Alex McCarthy was also another player I gave a contract to, but I didn't actually show it in the video, and he did go ahead and accept it. He is our backup goalkeeper, and in this match we are going to go ahead and simulate this one, and of course it is going to be against West Bromwich Albion. We get the first goal of the game there, and then Prosperi misses a penalty. Adrian gets a goal, but luckily for us, we managed to get a goal a few minutes later, late on in the match. Thanks to Asson Bolonga, we end up getting 3 points, and those 3 points certainly mean a lot at the top of the table. And it means that we are now 8 points behind Chelsea, as opposed to being something like 12 points or something. We still have competition for these Champions League places, though, from a lot of other teams. Crystal Palace, Aston Villa are up there in the Champions League places. And God, Crystal Palace, I don't know what's happened to them. They were a nobody team last year. They were almost relegated last year. They brought in Gary Gardner, and all of a sudden, they're this side that are challenging for Champions League places. That honestly, I really think that it is scripted. I really do think that, because we sold Gardner to them for £2.5 million, and then he goes on to score 15 goals, and he is still scoring goals at this rate. He is going to be the top scorer by the end of things, I guarantee it. It is just written in the stars. He is going to do it, and I'm going to be very angry and probably try and look to bring him back from Crystal Palace for a lot more than I actually sold him for. But we are going into the first game of today's episode, which is going to be against Southampton. At least it's going to be the first game that we're playing in today's episode, and it is going to be, of course, a South Coast derby here against Southampton. A very big match, and we got some really good chances in the first half of this match, mainly being created by Jeremy Boga, and he had a really good opportunity there to put us in front, but unfortunately their goalkeeper manages to make a really good save, and that was really all that was going on. The goalkeepers, both of the goalkeepers, Tom Heaton and also the Southampton goalkeeper, both making very important saves in the match. A very good save there from Shane Long's shot, and that really did keep us in the match. And in the 54th minute, we get another good chance here. It's Manjon who's going to cut inside, and then that could have easily been a penalty, but it doesn't matter because we keep hold of the ball. And then Chaloba has a decent effort from outside the box, but unfortunately, again, another chance is wasted, and another chance goes begging, to be honest. We had too many chances. We should have at least scored from one of them. And then it's going to be Jordan Ibe doing his trickery, using his pace to get past the Southampton defenders, making it look like they're not even there. And then what the hell was that for a shot? I have no idea. Jordan Ibe has scored much harder goals than that. this season. He's got 14 or 15 goals this season, and he couldn't even tuck that one away. He did all the hard work himself, and to make things even worse, we get played through here, and it is Asson Belonga that's going to have a shot, and that really was just my bad finishing. That was not Asson Belonga's fault whatsoever. I should have done a lot better finishing off that one, and that was really the story of the game. Me not finishing my chances, and I could have paid for it late on, but it is a good save from Caicedo, shot by Tom Heaton. And in the end, we get a 0-0 draw, and you do not know, honestly, you do not know how frustrated I was after that match. I was livid, as I knew that we should have done a lot better in this match. It's a very competitive, very, very tense derby match, and it could have gone either way in the end of the day. They had 7 shots, but we had 9 shots and 5 on target. That is an insane amount of chances on goal, considering we didn't even convert one. And to rub salt into the wounds, Milosevic after the match comes to me and says that he looks like he is going to be leaving the club. He is unsettled at the moment, and when I get emails like this that are a whole paragraph long, I just know that the most likely outcome is that Milosevic will end up leaving the club. I've had it with other players before, Danny Ward being one of them, and we will actually come up against Danny Ward in this match against Everton. So a bit of a coincidence there, a player wanting to leave, and then we are coming up against a player who actually did leave the club when he asked for a transfer away, and it is Danny Ward's Everton. And of course this is going to be in the FA Cup semi-final, a very, very important match for us. If we want to win any silverware this season, this is the best chance for us to do that. And looking at the group table there, you can see that we are coming up against Everton. Chelsea did end up beating Manchester United, so we will be facing them. If we can beat Everton here, we will be facing Chelsea in the final, and what a match that would be. But of course we have a big obstacle in front of us, and that is going to be Everton. And of course they've got Danny Ward up front, our ex-player, so it's certainly going to be interesting to see how he does play. Because every time I've come up against Everton, they haven't even been using Danny Ward. He hasn't even been on the bench, and it just really, really saddens me. He could have been an absolute legend at the club, but come on. He was 70 rated when I sold him. He's now 78 rated, and of course I have been interested in bringing him back to the club. And we sold him for 12 million, I believe it was, but we do get a brilliant chance to take the lead in this match. Manjon hits the post, but then on the rebound, it's Jeremy Boga who tucks that one away, and really the Everton defence should have done a lot better from that situation. Manjon ended up hitting the post after cutting inside. A really, really lovely bit of play there by Manjon. Very unlucky not to get the goal himself, because he did all the hard work himself, but then Boga's there to snatch up the rebound, using his pace to get there first before the defender. And Jeremy Boga gets his 5th goal in the FA Cup so far. Unbelievable stuff, and he certainly has been a real standout player in our FA Cup run this season. And then Leighton Baines crosses it into the danger man, Danny Ward, and I really don't understand what the defenders are doing there. And to make it even worse, Danny Ward celebrates like an absolute arsehole. Look at this, running up the pitch as if he's just scored the winning goal in a World Cup. Honestly, it really, really did annoy me. I didn't mind conceding the goal. I didn't mind conceding to Danny Ward. But that celebration, just running up and down the goal, that really did annoy me. And it's a shame that he didn't actually show any sort of respect. And then we have another opportunity there. Bigaramana having a shot. That one was deflected. And very, very unlucky that it was then cleared out very, very well by Coleman to prevent it from going behind for a corner. But it was real end-to-end stuff in the first half. A very justified scoreline. Besic having a shot there, and he was a player that I was actually interested in at the beginning of the window. Maybe I should have brought him in there, but he did miss that opportunity. And then Jordan Ibe gets played through by Manjon with a lovely over-the-top ball. And at the near post there, he's getting caught up by the defenders. He was under pressure, but again, he should have scored in the Southampton match. He should have scored there. But I can only blame myself. At the end of the day, I'm controlling the player, so I should have scored from that opportunity. Should have done something else instead of shooting at the near post, because obviously it didn't work. And that means that we would go into extra time in this match. 2 goals apiece, or sorry, 1 goal apiece. What am I talking about? 1 goal apiece. Jeremy Boga getting a goal, and also Danny Ward for Everton also getting a goal. Look at that, very even game. At first I didn't actually think it was that even, but very, very even stats. And into extra time we would go. 92nd minute here. Lukaku goes for a header. It wasn't good enough. Heaton catches it. And now it is our time to go on the counter-attack. We have possession. We can do something with this. It's Felipe Campos, the substitute, playing it to Jordan Ibe here. He tries to take it around the defender, but he keeps hold of the ball. And it's going to be Felipe Campos, the substitute, going for a shot. And Felipe Campos, our right back, gets a goal in the 95th minute. And surely that is going to be the goal that takes us to the FA Cup final. And if that is the goal that takes us to the FA Cup final, what a hero Felipe Campos is, because that is a well-deserved and well-needed goal in this match. Something that we were desiring for a long time in this match, and we finally got what we deserved. A lovely goal there by Felipe Campos. Considering he's a right back, I was certainly very impressed with the way he was playing, coming on as a substitute. Very impressive performance, and he'd get another opportunity here, maybe the second in the game, but no, McCarthy makes a really good save. And will this be the end now? 120 minutes played in this match. They keep hold of the ball, trying to get it forward. And as they play it back, the full-time whistle goes. And we win the match 2-1 thanks to Felipe Campos getting a goal. And what a match this was. Honestly, a very interesting match. We managed to beat Danny Ward's Everton. And it was a fantastic match to be a part of. A really end-to-end game. So many chances. Could have gone either way. Could have even gone to penalties at the end of the day, but luckily we are the ones that are victors in this match. I'm pretty glad it didn't go to penalties, to be honest. Everton have some pretty good penalty takers, and in the end we go ahead and pick up a win, and we will be playing Chelsea in the next episode in the FA Cup final, or it may even be in the episode after, which is episode 100, guys. If you do want to see that episode, then of course feel free to leave a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't already, as it really does help out my channel, guys, and it shows me that you are enjoying this series and you do want it to continue. But apart from that, guys, I'm going to have to leave it there, and I'll see you next time for another video. Thanks for watching.